Hello diamonds, happy Thursday. Today is Tutorial Thursday and I am going to show you how to make a loaded envelope with some tips at the end on what to put in it and how to decorate it and make it super fancy and really pretty. My name is Lori and I'm a mod here at Glitz and Glam Planners, and I'm super excited to get started and show you how to do this. Real quick before we go, at the end of this, anybody who has clicked like during the tutorial, I'm going to throw those names into a hat and I'm going to pull one lucky winner, and that person is going to receive the said envelope that we are making tonight. So let's get started, and hopefully at the end of this you'll know how to make an envelope. They're great for swaps, they're great for racks, they're really fun and actually surprisingly easy, which you'll see at the end of this. So let's get started. What I have here is just a 12 by 12 piece of one-sided scrapbook paper, nothing fancy. And this is my it's a scoring board, paper cutter. I use it to make my lines, and I always make my lines on the back side of the paper. If you don't have a scoreboard with a scoring tool, you can always use like a butter knife and a ruler. And if you are doing it that way, make sure that you have your paper on a soft surface. You don't want to have it on, like a hard desktop surface, but if you have it on a soft surface and you lay your ruler down and you have a butter knife, it'll make a nice even crease for you, which just makes it easier to fold, and it gives you a nice crisp edge. So that's one of the things you can do if you don't have a scoring tool. So here we go. So 12 by 12 sheet of paper, flip it over on the back side. The first score line I'm going to make is at 3 1/4 inch. So that, I just put my little tool right here in the 3 1/4, and I draw it all the way down the paper. And you have to make sure your paper stays straight, otherwise your line won't stay straight. So then what I do is I completely flip it around. And, honestly, if I liked math better, I could do the math and do all the additions and I wouldn't have to flip it, but I don't really like math, and so this is the easiest way for me. The next one is going to be again at 3 1/4 inch. So once again, hold my paper flat, put this in the 1/4 slot at 3, drag it all the way down. Okay, now we're going to turn it just a half a turn, line it up again, and this is going to be our pocket. So this one we score at 3 3/4. The others were 3 1/4. This is at 3 3/4. So same process, draw your line across. So now we have 3 score lines. We're going to fold them, and that'll be our envelope. I'm going to get this out of the way because I'm done with it for right now. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this edge here, and we're going to fold it. And if you have a bone folder, I use my scoring tool, same thing. You can smooth out your edges. I've also found that sometimes my finger works just as well, so I don't need a special tool for that. Then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to fold it at this line that we made on this side of the page. Smooth it out. And this does overlap, and that's exactly what we want, so that's totally fine. Now we've got this scoring line that we did, the 3 3/4. We're going to fold up at that line right there. Don't worry that there's a little bit of white showing that it's a little off, because I I decorate mine up and I make some other cuts that I'll show you in just a minute. So once we do this, then what I do is I fold my corners down before I seal anything. And you just kind of fold them however you want. Some people get really fancy. There's, you know, you can curl these like this if you want, so that you get like a curly thing here. You can kind of bend it like that so that it's up. You can put a brad in there. I just fold them down and then I decorate them later. You do that to both sides. And you want to make sure that your whites are even. So sometimes you got to mess with it a little bit. So. And it really depends on how anal retentive you are. I'm fairly anal retentive, so okay. So now that I have everything folded where I want it folded, I'm going to start to seal it up. And so I just open it back up again. And you use your adhesive roller. Mine is gigantic. Some people have the little small ones. Doesn't matter. All does the same thing. And I run a line of adhesive here. And I do another line right here. And then you close it up. And part of the reason why I fold these down before I do anything is because I want to know where I can start my adhesive. So I fold those down and then I know that from here down is where my adhesive goes. And once this is done, you can go ahead and fold that up if you want. Or what I like to do is just give it a little bit fancy of an edge. I use a paper shaper, any one that you want. And I just cut right on the very edge, just to give it a little bit of, I don't know, I keep saying fancy, but I can't look, decoration. And then I do that up here too. And that's the same thing. I just go right up here. And I just kind of cut it around. There. So I'm throwing the garbage. So now we've got just kind of a nice edge. You can see that right there. Got a nice edge on our pocket. So now what we have is basically a little tube. So now we're going to fold this up because we want to make sure that nothing will fall out the bottom. So what I do is I take my adhesive again and I run 2 lines just right down here, like so. And then I fold it up like this, and then I just want to make sure it's down really good, so I stick my hand in there and just kind of make sure the adhesive is all stuck on there really well. Okay, guys, that's it. This is your loaded envelope. Now the fun part begins. You can embellish it with anything that you want. You can stuff it with whatever you want. You know, decorate it, stickers, ribbon, lace, bling, envelopes on the back, whatever you want. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for this one because I'm going to give it away at the end. So I've pulled out quite a bit of stuff over here that I'm going to use, and I'll go through what it all is and how I use it. Get everything set out here for you. The fun thing about a loaded envelope is really you can fit so much stuff inside them, and they are so fun to open because it's like things just keep coming out and coming out and coming out and coming out, and it's just really enjoyable. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start working on my embellishments. I'm gonna take this lace piece right here. I kind of like to do that because it covers up my seam. So if I take a doily, or I'll take a piece of scrapbook paper, or, you know, a piece of, you know, blingy stuff, but, you know, whatever. So I use my hot glue gun. I don't have a mat on here, so I'll try not to make a huge mess. Oof. Well, that will stick. That is way too much glue. So we're going to do it again with a different one. Not use quite so much glue. Oh my gosh, we're being really stubborn here, so bear with me. There we go. Okay. So now we have this. I'm going to go ahead and stick it right in here. Pick up those tabs a little bit and just swoosh it down. And then I'm going to take these. I'm going to put those on the front like that. Again, I will use my glue gun to do that. I really have used a glue gun before. May not appear like it, but I have. I don't know, it's being really stubborn tonight. And this is my craft desk, so it doesn't matter if it gets icky. So I'm gonna put that right there. And I'm gonna let you know, I'm just gonna give you a heads up, I am not the neatest crafter, and I'm okay with that. So as long as you're okay with that, we're all okay with that. A little bit more off on here because I want it to go the whole way. And then I'll grab my glue gun again. Well, now it's working nice. So there we go. Okay, I got spider webs all over. So that is just kind of how I bling it up. That dog digging through my garbage right next to me. Sorry about that. So that is how I do the front. You know, I'm going to go ahead and put other things on there as well. So just, you know, pretty simple design in the front. Now what's next is I start putting stuff in it. Picked out some stickers here. These are just some page flags and labels. And, you know, really you just start kind of sticking them in. These are some more stickers. These are, I've got 2 sets of the fitness ones. So they're challenge, hydrate, steps. I'll put those right here. And then these are budget stickers. Bill do, daily spending log, and then just some more lists, and then save more to do more, totally worth it, treat yourself. Just some nice budget stickers. I have 2 sets of those. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick those in here. And then some weekend banners and some noted, and then just write it down. Stickers here. And put those in like that. So stickers are always a really good thing to add to your loaded envelope. And then here I have some short stickers, just a short little pack of them. So I am going to go ahead and put that there like that. Then I have a couple of dashboards, and one's a diamond and one says Hello Beautiful, and it's got a cute little post-it note pad on there. I'm going to stick those right in here like that. And then here's just some, you know, note cards are just kind of nice to throw in there. Just blank note cards. It says hello, the Paris scene. And then this one is just a note. I'm a mom. I don't have time to write a letter. So I just put those in here like this. You know, and I just kind of try to spread them out a little bit, so like I don't really want my stuff hidden per se. Here is some journal cards, bigger journal cards that I picked out. We've got the Valentine's, and then we got a red rose on here, and then I just like this kind for taking notes on. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put those right up here. And then I'm gonna include a little notebook. Those are always fun to send to people. It's got a little bookmark in it. It says write it down, blank paper inside, so you can use it for whatever you want. We'll go ahead and, you know, and like the first run through, maybe I like the way it is, maybe I don't. It just kind of depends. Sometimes I take stuff out and I move it around and shuffle things around. And then here's just some craft paper tags. Those are kind of boring, so I'm going to stick those back there. I have some Post-its that I got, just some gold and cream colored Post-its. We are going to put that right there in the front. I'll include just some doilies for hopefully whoever gets it is a little bit of a crafter, and those will just stick right in there like that. Other fun things to add, I'm going to add a candy bar at the end because it is Valentine's Day and you should get chocolate on Valentine's Day. Other fun things to add are just maybe some glitter, sample packets of glitter. I've got a little envelope here, and inside I've got some clips. I've got kissy lips because it's Valentine's Day. And again, a diamond because we're diamonds in this group. Cute little swirly heart. Can you see those? And then got a heart and Cupid's arrow. So those will all go. When I have little things like these, I like to put them in these little envelopes. I just think they travel a little bit better. I'm going to fold that down, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a little bit. Then I've got a tag here that's got a little pocket on it, and this honestly was made by a friend of mine named Trina, and she's actually going to be doing some tutorials for us. Super talented lady. And in here I've got just a few pieces of small cardstock, which, you know, are nice for making little die cuts, paper punches, whatever. So I stick that right there in the pocket. We've got some ribbon tied around a embroidery bobbin and washi sample. So that will go in there too. And that I'm going to put right up here near the top. So we got that. I'm going to take a look at the bling later and see where I can add some of it for decoration. Now we've got a couple paper clips. I like to include fun paper clips. for ideas. We'll go ahead and put this fancy little clothespin on here because that's really pretty. And then just for embellishments on the front, you know, let's go ahead and put that on there like that. This says lucky, because whoever wins this is lucky. So I'll go ahead and put that there, and I'm going to slide this up under like that and like that. And I try not to use adhesive on some of this stuff because I want people to be able to, when they get the envelope, they can take it off and use it. So here's another little envelope that I've got stuff in. This has got some die cuts, so some heart die cuts for Valentine's Day. And then just quite a bit of heart stuff. Just some nice rose gold circles because they're pretty. More hearts, more circles, and just a few more heart things to go with the Valentine's Day theme. I'm going to put in here the glitter samples in here. And you know what, I'm going to take this off. It's a little too bulky. So what I do, I'm going to flip this over. So we're like this. And I'm going to use these envelopes here to decorate the back. So what I do is I take, it's got adhesive on it already, and get it off. Okay. And just put that right there. Seal it down. And then this one, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on it. And this one we'll put right here. And I'm going to put the candy in this one. And we've got cute little hello. So let's do that. We'll put adhesive on the bottom, on the back of this. And we'll put that there. So we are almost done with our loaded envelope. We're done with the back, so we'll flip it back over. And now we'll put this back on. Like that. It's like really what you put in it and what you stuff it should almost be as pretty as the loaded envelope itself. You don't want it to take away from anything. And then I almost always will enclose a writing utensil of some sort. This is a pencil that says "Sew Over It." I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of cute. Sew Over It in metallic. And then just a red glitter pen because once again, it's Valentine's Day. So I'll put that in there. And then last but not least, I'm going to rip off some of these super cute little hearts, and we're going to fold them up like this. And rip that off. And I'm just going to stick them right here to just poke out right there. And that is it. This is your loaded envelope, front and back. It is full, plumb full of stuff. And you know, when you do swaps, you can do these with a theme. This was kind of a Valentine's Day theme, but there are other themes you can do. You can do like a beach theme where everything is seashells and dolphins and mermaids. You know, you can do a unicorn theme. You can do, you know, my favorite is always pineapples and flamingos. And so I've actually had a few pineapple and flamingos that people have made for me as gifts because they know they're my favorite. But so yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned how to do it. Remember to click like because right after this, I'm going to do a drawing and one lucky winner is going to receive this humdinger of a loaded envelope. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.